so everybody can just go and look at it. And I've put plenty of things on here that are major, major headlines. And some good things are happening. I don't want to demean the good things. I am just so sick of the criminals not being locked up. And people keep asking me what I think about Q. One thing I think about Q is that if Q was real and is real, it better be 100% accurate, because if someone's really on the other side, everything they're putting out has to be true. And I haven't been able to follow it for like a week or so because I've been working on Twitter and not following Q. And I just hope and pray that everything that we saw for all these months really ends up coming to be a true draining. And yeah, people have said to me it took years to build up the swamp. It takes a long time to drain it. But I'm so tired of the Department of Justice dragging, because for the arrests that I've been told have happened, it's still not enough, and everyone else is still walking around. And we are sort of seeing them disappear. But when you still have schools having these kind of things, and here's the one thing about that school thing, something's wrong, just like the Russia plane crash thing and whatever. I see many things in those videos, and Sean Hannity spent the whole hour on it. And so it didn't report on anything else but that, which I find incredibly strange. Because whenever you have a headline like that, everybody, that is maybe takes up 10 to 20 minutes of whatever. Sean Hannity isn't Fox News. It's not Fox News Live. That could stay on it for hours. But when you have a show like Sean Hannity, last night, which was 214, he stayed, it was like a 53-minute show on Florida and nothing else, no headlines, no nothing. So for me, that's the first red flag, because he is a show that covers bunches of things. And so why is he spending 53 minutes like he's on Fox News as the front? If that was my show, I would have given it some coverage, but then I would have covered the things I've been covering all along for a really long time and breaking headlines. And I just see so many things that don't make sense. And when I watched that entire episode, I saw many things in that video that gave me red flags. And I don't even feel like reporting on them. I'm going to stick with what I told people. Don't go where they're leading you, which is that story. Go where we question why and what are they doing else, what else are they doing, because they're telling that. And story after story, and this should have happened since Timothy McVeigh, or I think he was the one that shot up a school or something like that, held people hostage. They've never done anything to fix it, everybody. They've never put security in the right place. They've never have armed people. They don't have metal detectors. They don't have any protection or precautions ever to protect anybody, which just means they don't care. So whatever really did happen there, and whoever really did suffer and die, they don't care. And they don't care, just like they never cared about Benghazi and saving those people, and Seth Rich and saving that, and Justice Scalia, who was murdered. They don't fix it, they don't clean it up, and they don't care. And so I'm tired of them going, we might recover from this, we're going to have counselors, we're going to pay for the funerals. There shouldn't be any funerals of anybody who's 17. They shouldn't need counseling. There shouldn't ever be anything that happens to those children except them growing up into adults. And so I'm sick, I'm disgusted, I can't see straight, and I see something wrong with the whole story and wrong with the whole narrative. I see something wrong with the police statements, with the attorney general statements, with everything. And it's just maddening. And I don't know anymore why they're doing what they're doing, and why nobody wants to let us be safe and free and take out the bad guys for real. And it's not a gun problem. The right people always know what to do with weapons. It's the people that give criminals weapons and then try to make it act like there's a gun problem. No, there's a government problem. There's a problem that no one cares to protect our children. There's a problem that the liars on mainstream media make money from these stories and then report them. Pam Bondi was immediately saying they're going to start having GoFundMe and things like that. So it's all about money and revenue and disregard for human lives and breaking a whole new generation of children. And if anybody was correct that it didn't really happen and they child trafficked while that happened, something's wrong. So I never want to go to the frontline stories, including when Fox News is doing it, apparently, because they stayed way too long on that story for me to believe that it's a real story that happened that way. Because just imagine I'm Fox News. I mean, I remember the news when I used to watch it. It would be like 5 minutes on that story, then another minute on this story, then 10 minutes on that story. You only have a half an hour for a news show. So when someone's putting all 53 minutes towards that, they're covering for something. And I just pray it was arrests of all the predators and the FBI and whatever. But something's completely wrong with the balance of that story, and it's sickening. And again, the Obamas deserve their ugly portraits. They deserve less than that. And I hope if they get found and charged, that they get taken out of the presidential everything, and they don't get their library, they don't get pictures inside the White House, and that everything they scammed because they weren't legal and they shouldn't have ever been president gets erased out of all of our history. Thank you.